Good afternoon, welcome to Camnet Media News. My name is Amazing Katamanda. Let's take a look at the top stories that are making the headlines. President HH condemns lies on the setting up of the U.S. Africa Command Center in Zambia. The LUSAKA Magistrate Court warns the SEC against intimidating defense witnesses.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the country.
There's so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
Thank you for staying with us, and now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has dispelled rumors circulating in some section of the media alleging that government is planning to set up an American military base in the country. This assertion emanates from an earlier visit made to Zambia by United States Africa Command Brigadier General Peter Berry and his entourage, who announced that the United States government will open the African Command African and Office of Security Cooperation at the U.S. Embassy in Zambia.
During the Lusaka media conference held in Lusaka Wednesday, President Hakainde Hichilema seized the opportunity to dispel rumors circulating on some section of the media alleging that government is planning to set up an American military base in the country. This assertion emanates from an earlier visit by the United States Africa Command Brigadier General Peter Berry and his entourage, who announced that United States government will open the African Command AFRICOM, an Office of Security Cooperation at the United States Embassy in Zambia. The president has told the journalist that such allegations should be treated as false by all Zambian citizens.
By a line. Falsehoods, no. Availability, yes. Very simple. Falsehoods, no. Availability, yes. They are not available, they should be available. If the provider of news is not available, you can't replace that with falsehood. Simple. Now, Africa, I think I answered adequately. Adequately. The global community is challenged with new threats. So if you argue on this security cooperation on the basis of 1964 protocols, you have missed it. And no country alone must direct programming. No country alone can secure its boundaries working alone. No one. So let's not get into politics over security. We had a visitor. When I was at Addis Ababa, you saw me having a meeting with the Somali Prime Minister, isn't it?
The president has since challenged the media not to allow unproven information on that platform.
Second part, if they are not available, what do? We don't run the programs because someone is available. Now, there lies in the real issue. We've dealt with availability, hopefully it will change. But if someone who you believe has the facts is not available, it is not a justification to go and tell lies. The two are different. Then you are losing your professionalism. I think we agreed earlier in the day that facts cannot be replaced and should not be replaced by falsehoods because you destroy a community.
President Hichilema has emphasized that issues bordering on national security must not be taken lightly as they have potential to bring about chaos in the country. Alex Shimba, Camnet News, in Lusaka.
LUSAKA Chief Resident Magistrate Dominic Makalach has cautioned Anti-Corruption Commission officers to stop intimidating and threatening defense witnesses in a case in which former President Edgar Lungu's press aide Amos Chanda is accused of using derogatory remarks against the officers. And the court's warning came after defense lawyers lodged a complaint that the arresting officer in the matter, Joseph Mbewe, was intimidating one Mr. Msonda Mlenga, who came to testify in favor of Mr. Chanda.
The Lusaka's Magistrate Court has adjourned to Monday next week the case in which former State House press aide Amos Chanda is accused of insulting Anti-Corruption Commission officers last year in October. The case was adjourned Wednesday afternoon after the defense lawyers informed the court that it was not possible for them to proceed to call Mr. Chanda on stand to open his defense, as he was supposed to produce a video, but due to the fact that there was no electricity at the subordinate court, requested for an adjournment. This is in a matter in which Mr. Chanda, his wife Mabel, and sister-in-law Ruth Nakaundi are accused of using, insulting, and obstructing SEC officers. And further, the allegation states that the trio have obstructed SEC officers and delayed them from lawfully searching at one of Mr. Chanda's property in Lusaka's Woodlands area. Earlier, when the matter was called before court, Magistrate Dominic Makalach warned SEC officers to stop intimidating witnesses in the case. This warning came after one of the defense lawyers, Joseph Chiwa, lodged a complaint by informing the court that the arresting officer in the matter, Mr. Joseph Mbewe, was intimidating and threatening a defense witness, Mr. Msonda Mlenga, who was called to testify in favor of Mr. Chanda. Magistrate Makalach then cautioned both parties that such practices must stop forthwith and warned that in an event such behavior occur, he will not hesitate to take drastic measures against the culprit. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
The Food Reserve Agency says 1.2 million metric tons of maize has been secured to feed the nation up to March 2023. Speaking to the media, FRA board chairperson made the remarks during a media briefing in Lusaka Wednesday. Meanwhile, the Minister of Agriculture, Mutoro Piri, says government will ensure that there is food security in the country.
Despite the prolonged dry spells experienced during the rainy season in 2021, resulting in late planting or replanting of maize by farmers, Zambia will not be affected by the food crisis roaming around the globe, even though some crops were destroyed by climate change, which threatened production. The Food Reserve Agency says 1.2 million metric tons of maize has been secured to feed the nation up to March 2023. Speaking during a press briefing, FRA board chairperson disclosed that the tons of maize secured are from all the 390 FRA depots.
You may be aware, Honourable Minister, that the agency during the 2021 marketing season purchased a total of 947,707 metric tons of maize. This was in addition to the carryover stock of 319,109 metric tons, giving us a total of 1,267,977 metric tons of maize held for the National Strategic Food Reserves as of 4th February this year. Today's address, members of the press, today's address to our presidents and stakeholders stems from the need to verify the quantity and quality of the reported 1,266,907 metric tons of maize.
He notes that through the National Strategic Food Reserves, 85% of maize that is of good quality has been secured in storage facilities.
In conducting this exercise, stock-take teams, Honourable, were set up and dispatched to all the 10 provinces of our country, targeting a total of 415 main depots, holding depots, and satellite depots, reported with maize, and satellite depots reported with maize stocks as of 4th February 2022. The stock take confirmed through physical counting, Honorable Minister, the existence of 1,209,465 metric tons of maize. I'll repeat this. The stock take confirmed through physical, members of the press, the stock take confirmed through physical counting the existence of 1,209,465 metric tons of maize in 390 FOR depots across the country.
Meanwhile, Minister in charge of Agriculture, Ruben Mutolo, says measures will be put in place to promote a balance between business and national food security.
Is as good as food being in a home for individuals, and the two constitutes national food security for a country. In this regard, therefore, let me take this opportunity to inform the country, through you, the members of the press, that after this exercise, the ministry will have an enhanced confidence position in terms of giving out the stock position as we share with you from time to time. From today, I will ably say we have 1.2 million tons of maize because the agency has verified that the 1.2 million tons is available. In this vein, also, allow me to share with you the national stock position as at the 12th of April 2022. The total national stock position is 1.5 million, and we have heard here what the Food Reserve Agency is holding.
They revealed this information while it's giving a report on the audit of maize stock exercise under the National Strategic Food Reserves. Blessings Chakwila, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Some marketeers at Chipata Big Market in Lusaka's Mandevu constituents have protested, demanding the market holds an election to choose new market leaders. The traders have told Camnet News in an interview that the market committee that is currently in place was appointed as an interim committee in 2015 by the Patriotic Front supporters.
Traders in Lusaka's Big Chipata Market of Mandevu constituency Wednesday raised several concerns about several challenges being faced in the market, among them not allowing the traders to elect new market leaders, as well as the sale of public properties by those who have been elected into office. The traders told this reporter that a shelter built by the Patriotic Front using market resources has been sold by the Patriotic Front area councillor Boniface Wale after the PF lost the elections.
Kuti vantu vazisevenzerapo amene asowa chochita agulisapo so chabe but vakansela veve vanachita encourage kuuza vanyamata kuti vagulise building vanagulisa kuli jeje so that akabwera jeje bonse abaso abayala bonse
in community market yamene inagulisiwa yamene ifeta bene market naganiza kuti since mwamene chidiriso chenzofunika kuti tichose ija polisi kuja pano pamangiwe polisi kaja ka polisi kali kuja ne kangono vanagulisa ma PF cadres ndio vanagulisa property.
Among other complaints is that the market toilet meant for the use by marketeers has equally been put on this.
Community toilet serving the purpose for the community. Unfortunately, there are a lot of changes inside. It appears there are some people with divergent views. Maybe they want to change the purpose of this. Instead of it being a community a community toilet, I don't know what made them to demolish whatever is inside. We just don't know why.
Others have told this reporter that an interim committee, which was elected in 2015 by some former Patriotic Front cadres, which was only supposed to be in office for 3 months, has now been in office for more than 7 months.
Market Mandevu constituency akamba kuti ni APF kube chinga chitike pamene vadanali pa APF akalipina manje sukakana uita elections atiye still achoka kuno kulibe chani UPND saiziva kuno afuna beve ankalilire sotabe apu pamene azakafunira bene vake kutoka
si vintu ukakafunsako tina toilet market tina manzi market but ukafunsako nkhani ya ndalama za ku toilet za kumanzi nisisuza kambisana nawo antu 3 or 4 years simufita na chabe anachita iboni wa chairman ine pano ananitengera makada kuja kubwera anabo koma shop market after koma shop anamumenya mwana wanena siya pa shop iyo nkhani naipereka ku polisi kuja nkhani utiti konke mwanefunikira sinaende mwanefunikuendeke.
But area councillor Boniface Walia, when contacted, told this reporter that his office is keen to ensure that it tables the challenges faced by the people who elected them into office.
It's intact. And it's a part of it because Chava Mumino ya water trust. And it's a Lengereva water trust at one bill running a toilet because I'm in Sharia Mboko shop. That's the thing. Quite vacancy not what a problem. We are Kaka place. Ka office Umale Kalama Youth Kale our PF. Narishle Butukila Polo. We don't have a address avant. Una Batana Shua. Ukwebat in as long as Opondi. Tapaliuke Sangara Kuria Kaka office.
With regards to the election for the new market committee, the councillor says he has never received any report of such, and that since the matter has been brought to his attention, it will involve the relevant authorities.
Councillor, mwali ba peace, mwali bo mutende. So na papa fyo kumfama complaints yambe. But I always say the powers of the area councillor is vested in the community. In a coach community anjeva. But at the moment na ishwa executive omo yaba. There is a leadership in place. Mwali baba chairperson, mwali baba secretary. Once for executive yali kwana no wonder pale for kwisa mkuta visit office yani.
While cadres had in the past been running the affairs of markets and bus stops, sanity needs to be restored back to these facilities to ensure that marketplaces which are important for human beings continue to function appropriately. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
That item brings us to the end of our media news, but before we go, let's take a look at the headlines once again. President HH condemns lies on the setting up of the U.S. Africa Command Center in Zambia. The Lusaka Magistrate Court warns the SEC against intimidating defense witnesses. This brings us to the end of our Camnet Media News. My name is Amazing Katamanda. Stay blessed.